Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello. By the way, as I sit here, I'm surrounded by 3 cats, one of whom is trilling behind me. It's a lovely noise, but So I'm late to the game in terms of shorts. If I'm honest, I have fallen behind in many areas of social media. I used to be so far ahead, and now everybody has overtaken me, which is fine, but the point is, I am not what I was. I am not ahead of the game. I'm back there. Being entirely honest, I feel like a couple of years ago, my brain switched off from YouTube. I disconnected with lots of people. I didn't relate to anybody. There hasn't been a sense of community for a long time, but trying to stay on topic here, I just didn't feel connected to YouTube. Even now as I sit here, I still don't feel as connected as I have done. Not in terms of audiences and people in comment sections, but in terms of the whole platform. Like, I don't feel like the balance of consuming and creating is equal. It used to be. Now I think I feel more of a consumer than a creator. I'm trying to change that, but it's weird how I've swapped. Everybody else was the other way round. Go back 20 years ago. So not only have I felt disconnected from YouTube, but I just haven't really taken on shorts. I don't know quite how I feel about the name, shorts. I mean, Reels is an odd one because I think of fishing, and then TikToks, we were just creating video on a short form platform, but even that's getting longer, and then shorts on YouTube, I just think of clothing. Is it the autisticness within me? Clothing? Shorts? So the last couple of weeks I've spent time trying to understand shorts, spending time on it, engaging with other people because it's overwhelming. I'd like to sit and do a whole video about Instagram and my addiction to Instagram and all sorts of feelings I have about social media, but also focusing on Instagram as a platform. But I am trying to navigate, in summary, away from Instagram. What was that? It feels almost like I'm in an alternate universe in the last couple of weeks, switching from one platform to another and experiencing life but in a different way, and all the buttons are in the wrong place and the back end is more complicated. This touches into stuff I want to talk about with in regards to Instagram, but specifically with YouTube, another thing that has made me nervous in creating shorts on this platform is I haven't liked monetizing my stuff, or I have personally felt uncomfortable monetizing that stuff. Like, I started creating and wasn't monetizing. Like, go back 10 years on Snapchat, no monetizing at all. No monetizing on Instagram, some monetizing on TikTok, but only after 6 years of being on the platform. From what I understand, shorts connect with my YouTube account and therefore I can monetize, but even my brain is very new to this, so I don't quite understand the rules, what can and can't be monetized. But already it says I've monetized one short and I'm like, ooh, nice. I didn't know I could do that. It changes it for me when you monetize something. And then it also changes how I am as a person who interacts with stuff, how I feel. How much are people earning from what they're doing? Can I trust anybody's opinion if they're monetizing it? Or not just monetizing, because sometimes it's like a transaction of sorts. So you convert a consumer into somebody that's buying something from a platform, but you get a commission. So it's not quite as simple as just monetize. I'm waffling. So I've tried posting some shorts. I started off with a video that I created last year, just after I turned 30. No, it was this year. No! Oh my gosh, my brain. No! January of 2024. That's another topic I want to talk about, my brain. But from the perspective of memory and forgetting things and I'll come back to that another time. Anyway, 2024, January. My hair was much shorter, so you can tell it's been shot a while ago. But anyway, that was the first one I posted, and I didn't expect it to go anywhere, especially as it's my first one. And it did, and you guys all commented, and it was overwhelming. Also because not only the comments were fantastic, but the fact that I lost my train of thought. Basically, the app was functioning differently to how I've used it because it was another part of the app that I'd never used before. So that was a bit, Something I did love though is that I could write longer comments. I really struggle on TikTok with the comment sections because I don't know how they monitor the comments, but it's very easy for whatever systems they have to judge what you're writing as being bad, when in fact it's not bad. It's that you only have so many characters, and sometimes not all of us are good with our commas. So for example, one of my comments got flagged because I wrote autistic full stop. I meant I was autistic as opposed to the person being autistic, and I was seen to be a bad person in this scenario when I was actually talking about myself. Anyway, point is, comments are much longer on YouTube, but they're much longer on shorts. Didn't know that. And that's so good because I can then write more. That's not always a good thing, but I feel like I can express myself better, or I can at least try to express myself better with longer comments. So that was a surprise. I'm sitting here talking about this and you guys are probably ahead of this. I don't know how long shorts have been going for. I feel like I'm definitely not an older generation and therefore wiser, but I feel like I'm not down with the kids. We are getting to that point in life where I feel old. or not obsolete, I'm thinking of Terminator, just not down with the kids. I need another phrase for this. Not hip, not cool. Another thing that has made me nervous with both creating TikToks, Instagrams, and more long-term reels on Instagram is that everything is more long-term. So I spent the last 10 years posting a lot of short-form stuff, but it disappears after 24 hours. I say that, not everything does, and of course people screenshot and video and everything, so just because you post it and it stays up 24 hours doesn't mean it will, but the idea is that you don't see it. I've never liked that, but I've got conditioned into that being a thing. And so the idea of stuff staying up longer, there's a lot more stress inside my brain. Especially coming from this background, like some of the stuff that I posted when I was a child on this platform, nearly 20 years ago, 18 years ago, is still here. Oh, Millie's frightened. It's there. I mean, most of it's on private, I suppose, but it's there. On the internet. So, yeah, I don't know. Because people change over time. I'd like to think so. I'd like to think I keep changing. Another big topic that I will mention, but I won't delve into, is also that for me as an individual, I am struggling to mask. Bye-bye, Millie. Millie's gone. I feel I need to be my masked self when I create, and I'm struggling to get into this mindset. So creating a lot more content in shorter form and more regularly, it's just impossible for my brain. So I feel like even just dipping my toes into this world or trying to keep up with social media and content creation in this way alongside anything else I do is just too much for my brain. I can't do it. Even as I sit here, I'm nervous about even talking about shorts because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, like keep up with it. And the next thing is that it's not just shorts, you're posting the same content on all the different platforms. It's exhausting. Like if you're creating one piece of content a day and posting it on 5 platforms, it's too much. It's too much to do. It's too much to create. And also it's not just you creating, the entire world is doing it now. It's not like there was less of us 20 years ago creating stuff, like everybody's doing it. Everybody's a content creator. Which leads me to the next thing, which is another topic I'd like to come back to, the frustration of being a person who has been doing this a lot longer than the majority of people on the platforms, and how it's not that I'm better than anybody else, no, not at all, but I'm further ahead in terms of how I feel about stuff. And I know that I'm only 31, but there's 20 years worth of video content of me now, so I've learned a lot just from growing up creating stuff for 20 years. So it's not like some of the people coming along that have done it for a few years or even 10 years, like they've still not experienced what it's like to grow up using and doing media. Which leads me to the next topic, which I'm not going to delve into too much. I'm mentioning so much today, the brain is like, I just feel as though I am burned out by social media and how it is today. My brain can't keep up with it. It's never going to keep up with it. I also can't take a holiday from it because everything is social media based today. You can't exist without social media. But also I feel like I'm burned out from a specific perspective, which includes the fact I've been doing this for so long. So I've been doing this 20 years. And so for me, I've done everything. There's very few things that I can think of that I've never done. Like obviously I haven't had kids and so I haven't created any content to do with motherhood, but you know what I mean? Like in the life I'm living, I've done it all. I've done the stop animations, I've done the food vlogs, I've done the clothing hauls, I've done my thoughts on programs I've loved, I've done it all. Maybe everybody's gonna have a burnout in 10 years time. So navigating all these random thoughts, by the way, this is also me trying not to mask by just babbling, not scripting for you, just sitting here and just talking in my natural self, which is looking everywhere but the camera, but actually I can mask and look at the camera because the camera is an inanimate object. It doesn't respond to me. So I can talk at it and maintain eye contact, I'm fine, but if it's a human, no. No, if you were a human sitting there, I couldn't be like that. No. Trying to stitch all this random fluff together. Basically, that's how I'm feeling in terms of social media currently. I'm a little bit rah. I'm trying shorts in addition to posting on the other platforms. I have lots of thoughts about stuff that connects all of this together, even if I haven't necessarily exploded on the individual topics to a huge extent. What is that? I can do other videos where I talk more in depth about stuff. I've skimmed over a lot today. I think the whole point of this vlog was to talk about shorts. Didn't stick to that. In conclusion, I'm going to try doing shorts. I don't know if it's for me. I don't know how I come across. But yeah, those are the thoughts inside my brain today. I don't even know how this end's gonna wrap up, so thanks for watching.